messenger climbing mountains on tired legs. It's trying to help you. So please don't shoot the messenger. I've had a lot of consultation calls lately, and there's one pattern I keep seeing again and again. Most of my clients are immigrants to Canada, and they are exhausted. They've been hustling to meet everyone's expectations, their families, their cultures, and sometimes even their schools or work environments. For some, that means pushing through high-pressured corporate jobs that value performance over well-being. For others, it's navigating academic or professional spaces where approval is earned by overextending yourself. Get the big title, land the high-paying job, make your parents proud, check all the boxes. But here's the thing, even after they check all those boxes, something still feels off. It's like they followed the map someone else drew and ended up somewhere that doesn't quite feel like home. That's why I made this video, because somewhere along the way, many of us, especially those raised between cultures, we lose touch with our intuition. We stop listening to that quiet voice inside us. We get so caught up in the noise of shoulds, expectations, sacrifices, and survival stories that we can't hear our signal anymore. Think of your intuition as a signal calling through a crowded room, a frequency that's uniquely yours. It's always broadcasting, but to hear it, you need to tune out the noise. And the noise, that's the fear of disappointing your family. It's the voice of that strict school teacher who told you there was only one right way. It's the pressure to prove you made it in a new country. It's all the people who mean well, but don't know your path. It's like trying to hear your favorite song on the radio when static keeps crashing through until you wonder if you even heard it at all. So what is intuition really? It's not just a magical feeling or some mysterious whisper. It's your body's truth. It's your inner compass, that part of you that often knows something before your mind can explain why. It's that moment when you walk into a room and feel something's off. It's when a job looks perfect on paper, but your stomach tightens. It's when something lights you up inside and you don't even know why. So, what's the science behind intuition? What does it really mean to have gut intelligence? When we hear the word intelligence, most of us immediately think of the brain. Neurons, synapses, chemical messengers like dopamine, norepinephrine, or serotonin, all working together to shape thoughts, emotions, and decisions. That's the intelligence we've been taught to trust. But here's something fascinating. Your gut has intelligence too. And that isn't poetic language. It's a biological reality. For example, imagine you bite into food that's gone bad. Before you can analyze or rationalize anything, your gut sends your brain a signal. Tells you, stop, don't eat this. This is dangerous. That's not magic. That's your gut communicating directly with your brain. Why? Because inside your gut lives something remarkable. The enteric nervous system, or ENS, often called the second brain, it's an independent, complex network of neurons embedded in the walls of your digestive tract. And it's responsible for regulating digestion, blood flow, and secretions, often without any input from your central nervous system. And here's one powerful example of the gut-brain connection. Over 90% of the body's serotonin, one of the key chemical messengers involved in mood and well-being, is produced in the gut, not the brain. This shows us that the gut and the brain are in constant biochemical communication, shaping how we experience and respond to the world. So yes, there is some science behind intuition, but here's the catch. Gut intelligence is shaped by more than just your biology. It's shaped by your past, your subconscious, and the state of your nervous system. Before we talk about strengthening your intuition or trusting its messages, we need to answer an important question. How do you know whether what you're feeling is intuition or fear. Because here's the truth, not everything that feels urgent is intuitive. Sometimes we're just reacting to past conditioning, survival patterns, or old emotional memories. One powerful way to tell the difference is through this very interesting expansion versus contraction test. So here is how it goes. Close your eyes. Think of the decision you're facing. Then ask yourself, do I feel expansion or contraction? Expansion might feel like lightness, a gentle pull forward, calm energy, or excitement, joy. Sometimes that forward movement that I talked about earlier is incredibly subtle, like a barely noticeable shift in your body, a quiet sense that something inside is leaning in. Almost like your body saying yes before you even have the words for it. Contraction, on the other hand, might feel like tightness in the chest, a sinking feeling, dread, a shrinking, or pull away. And again, that pull away can be very subtle too. You might not move physically, but there's this internal resistance, a sense that your body wants to retreat. There is no forward motion in contraction, only hesitation. And that's why presence is everything. The more present you are, the more you can catch those subtle signals before the noise takes over. So how do you turn up the volume on the signal? It starts with self-awareness and, most importantly, practice. Here are the science-backed ways to strengthen your intuition. Stillness and silence. Intuition needs clarity. Turn down the noise, whether that's distractions or your phone or social media or TV or streaming services. You need to hear your inner voice, and for that you need some silence and stillness. So go for walks in nature without taking your phone with you. Let your senses come alive again. Move your body. Intuition is where your body meets the mind. Yoga, dancing, swimming, stretching, any movement that reconnects you with internal signals. Nervous system regulation. Practices like breath work, HRV training, and cold exposure could regulate your system and restore gut-brain clarity. Somatic awareness. Body scans, breath tracking, or touch-based awareness like EFT improve your ability to hear subtle body cues. Mindfulness and meditation, not to silence your thoughts completely, but to slow them down enough to hear yourself clearly. Journaling. So writing without editing helps surface subconscious truth. As Ray Bradbury says, your intuition knows what to write, so get out the way. Use tools like hypnotherapy and inner child work, so some licensed therapists can help you with that. And for some people, affirmations might work, so that will help you shift fear-based programming to tuning in to what your truth is telling you. Next is visualization and alignment. Train your nervous system to see new possibilities as safe. Your intuition reflects your nervous system's response to what's safe. So the more aligned, regulated, and open your internal world becomes, the more trustworthy your gut intelligence becomes. After we make sure what we're hearing through gut intelligence isn't just fear from past conditioning or survival stories, then we need to learn to honor what it's trying to communicate. So what do I mean by that? As Albert Einstein says, the intuitive mind is a sacred gift, and the rational mind is a faithful servant. We have created a society that honors the servant and has forgotten the gift. So let's not keep disappointing Albert, okay? Let's give the man some hope that we're finally getting it right. You see, we can be the generation that remembers the gift, not just keeps polishing the servant's shoes. Think of it this way. Your intuition is a messenger climbing mountains on tired legs. It's trying to help you, so please don't shoot the messenger. Imagine this. This messenger has crossed emotional deserts, dodged storms of cultural expectations, climbed over walls of your own overthinking, just to knock at your door with a letter meant only for you. And your response might be, or let me check what everyone else thinks first. Or maybe, sounds risky. Let me ignore it until it turns to burnout. By turning away the messenger, we deny ourselves access to a vast reservoir of wisdom that's already alive and well within us. Sometimes it shows up as a whisper, sometimes as a gut feeling, and it's always trying to guide us if we're willing to listen. I always come back to this beautiful quote from Paulo Coelho in The Alchemist. Intuition is really a sudden immersion of the soul into the universal current of life, where the histories of all people are connected. And we are able to know everything because it's all written there. That's what it feels like when intuition hits. It's not random. It's not irrational. It's a thread running backward and forward through time. One that's always been there, passed down through those who came before us, and one we will carry forward to the generations after us. This isn't about rejecting logic. Logic is important. It helps you plan, structure, and organize, but intuition helps you feel aligned. It guides you toward what is true for you, not just what looks good from the outside. It's like following the pulse of your own life, a rhythm only you can hear, even when the world is marching to a different drum. This isn't about rebelling against your culture or family. It's about reconnecting with yourself, creating a life that reflects your truth, not just your obligations. Because honoring your intuition is like finally retiring from people pleasing. And the reward is far more valuable than a severance package. It's your peace, freedom, and the ability to come home to yourself. Because you weren't meant to just survive. You were meant to feel alive. I will leave you with these questions. Think about a decision you made recently before the logic kicked in, before the fear, before the checklist. What did your intuition say? Were you listening? And what might have changed if you had?